I know you're a big Jay guy. I'm a Jay guy. Now, I do believe he'll be let go at the end of the year, but I don't see the point of firing him today because someone else has to coach the team. Someone else has to deal with the media. Someone else has to, devise a game plan. And I don't necessarily have the confidence in any of the assistants to do it. Tell me why Jay Gruden should stay as the head coach. And I do agree he should, but tell me why, from your perspective, he should stay.
I think he's a great guy for the players. I believe he's a players coach. He loves to get our input on things that we want, how we feel. He allows us to be grown men about our work. And he keeps the game enjoyable. We have fun. We have fun playing the game. We have fun going to practices every single day. I mean, he's not, out there trying to be our friends or anything, but he coaches us hard. He demands nothing but the best from us. And he's somebody that I truly believe, like, guys enjoy getting up and going to work for. And I think he's a great-minded, offensive coach or whatever. And that's just a couple of the things that I enjoy about him. And like I've said a lot before, we look at the film and stuff, and we realize, like, everything, obviously, it falls on the coach. He's going to take it. He's going to say it's his fault, everything like that. But, it's a lot of it that's on the players. It's, there's opportunities out there that where he calls up great plays, and we just don't maximize on the opportunity. So it ends up, obviously looking bad on him. And I don't know. That's just pretty much it, man.
Case has to hit Trey on that seam ball.
Yeah.
He's got to hit him.
Yeah.
You can't let those go, right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. It's just opportunities on our part that we miss, and then it trickles down. It makes everybody else that's not on that field with us look bad.
Joined by Redskins running back Chris Thompson, presented by Steamfitters UA Local 602. They built this city. Tell us about the O'Connell influence. When you guys devise an offensive game plan, how much is Jay? How much is O'Connell? We know that Jay's calling the plays. We don't really know where the offensive coordinator fits in the equation.
What does he bring to it?
Kev he's one of those guys. He has a great mind, so he's always just drawing up new plays and stuff for us week in and week out. And when we get into meetings and stuff, when we get into our install meetings and everything, he installs the plays, breaks them down, lets us know, from quarterback, running back to wide receiver, everything he's expecting us to see. And of plays that and I think he's been doing a great job at it. And then from there, obviously, on Jay is the play caller, but Kev is the mind behind a lot of the newer plays and stuff that we run. He has a lot of input on pretty much everything in the pass game, and that's it.
Right, but you sound so down, and I feel for you. The fans are down too. But in the years that you've been here, is this as low as it's been?
Yeah, I think this is. We're only 4 games in, but I just believe this is the lowest. Because just looking back at games and how we lost them, especially week 1 being up 17-0 and then losing that one.
Mm-hmm.
Being, starting out so bad last week against Chicago, just basically giving up that great field position and, having 4 turnovers in the first half. It's just, it's just super aggravating. I
And now you
think
got the
because
Patriots coming up.
and then we got the Super Bowl champs coming in.
Right.
So, I mean, the message was clear to us in preseason. Well, back in April, that it only gets harder as we have a schedule, and guys knew and understood that, having 3 of our 4 games being division games early on that are, as y'all all know, must wins because our division is kind of up in the air every year. And just having a start like this, it's super frustrating. And, I want to get it right because I think everybody as a whole, deserves better. Players, staff, scouting, everybody, media, everybody, the fans, I believe, everybody, we all better, and we know the work that we put in during the week, and just to go out and have the missed opportunities that we have out there. It's frustrating, and I'm not one. I obviously, I'll be the first to tell you I don't do every single play perfectly, so that's me included in that. But as a group, as a whole, we just gotta find a way to be more consistent, and that's really the key.
Chris, obviously you have no control over this, but you've got 5 more games before the bye week. Sometimes you get the bye in week 4 or 5. This would be a perfect time for like an early bye. You guys have 5 more games to slog through. I mean, is that something you guys think about, or are you just concentrating on Pats coming up next and then the next opponent after that?
Just focusing on the next, whoever we got our next game. I prefer it being in the middle of the season or towards the middle of the season because, once we come back, we know for the most part what's ahead of us, and we've had a pretty bad start. A really bad start. So for these next 5 games, we gotta find a way to win these games and put ourselves in a better position to the playoffs. So I don't really think too much ahead. I just kind of take it day by day and try to make the next day better than the last.
Chris, don't you think it would be good if Bruce would come out, or Dan? Now, Dan never talks. I don't even know if he can talk. But if Bruce would come out and say, Jay's not getting fired this year. Is it fair to Jay that he has to go to work every day and deal with the media and not knowing if he's going to be there for the next week? So would you think Bruce should come out and say that?
I don't know if that'll happen, but I think, as a head coach, especially in this situation now, or the situation that he's been in all this year, because it's been out there in the media and everything, I think it has to be hard to not know, what's going to happen. And I'm sure he gets the questions. We've lost the last 4 games, so I'm sure he probably gets the questions every week about his job and everything like that. So I can imagine how tough that is. The stuff that goes on upstairs is out of my control. So all I can do is just go in the building and give my all every day of the week, and try to do my best on Sunday.
You want to guess who's going to play quarterback this week?
Whichever man is ready. So I don't know, man. I really don't.
Is there a marked difference to you? Like, do you feel, you don't have to tell us, but do you feel inside, all right, I know what this guy can do, I know what this guy can do, and there is a difference?
No, I wouldn't say that. I feel like I've gotten almost close to equal amount of work with all the guys, including Colt, to where I kind of know what to expect or what I'm going to get from each guy and kind of what they're thinking on on certain plays, especially in my position. I kind of know what the deal is going to be when a certain play is called, and what they're thinking. So for me, I don't think it's much of a difference, other than the fact that cadences change, and where one quarterback may go with protections, another may call something different. Other than that, I don't think it's too much of a difference.
Can you ruin this? I'd just love to get your professional opinion. Can you ruin a young player by putting him out there before either A, he's ready, or there are the right pieces around him to support him, or like with quite ready and he takes a ton of and has a lot of sort of bad experiences, or do you just have to take your lumps and learn from it?
I think it's with quarterbacks. If you can, I believe that there's more help in a guy sitting back and learning if you don't have to force him to be out there. But especially in this situation, with new quarterbacks in our system, you just never know. So a guy like him, he has to always be ready, and he kind of knew and understood what the situation was going to be this year. With him, the job wasn't going to be handed to him. They were all going to compete for the job, and I think. I truly believe that whether he plays now or he plays later, I think when he does play now, it's a learning experience, and it's something that he can definitely grow from. Of course, when he's out there, he's getting that experience of the speed, getting to, read these defenses, see how they disguise coverages and things like that. But sitting back and learning, too, isn't always bad. You can sit back, watch more film, get the reps in practice, going against our starting defense and stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot of benefit in that as well for a guy to be able to sit back in the system and learn for a full year. But sometimes it doesn't happen that way. So I don't think necessarily it can ruin him. I feel like a guy like him, being around him is gonna do nothing but motivate him.
He can
moving
handle
forward.
it. He can handle
it. Yeah, he's definitely gonna be able to handle it, for sure.